Got the chick, I call it Lola. She feel like the ocean, like to drink and smoke some Doja, and I feel like smoking.
So as you can see right here, them are my pink Voltaics, correct? Yes, correct. Because I gave them away and my file didn't save, like my MP4 file. It just I don't know, it just disappeared. But anyways, yeah, so my file disappeared and I invited him back. As you can see, I have the messages proving like I messaged him and invited him. I gave him the pink Voltaics and I tried to I really wanted to get this video out, so I tried to get him to join back and then give them back, and he just wouldn't do it. So he wouldn't help me out at all. And I know this sounds kind of cocky and kind of like an asshole, but you're a douchebag, dude. I'm sorry, that's all there is to it. I really look so forward to making this video today, and you're just an asswipe. That's all there is to it. I'm sorry I couldn't upload the content I wanted to today, but hopefully you do enjoy some of this gameplay. So today's story time is actually going to be about the time that my ex-girlfriend cheated on me with a cop. And yes, you heard me correctly. She cheated on me with a cop. Like the Popo 12, a cop. Like, do I need to explain further? So this all took place about 1 year ago. So I was actually dating this girl named Lexi before I met my ex-girlfriend. And me and Lexi only dated for 3 days, but we talked for like 2 weeks. During the time in which me and Lexi were dating, I actually met this girl named Bianca. I'm not going to say her real name, but me and Bianca, we kind of started talking on Instagram. She was in my DM. We went to the same high school actually, which I had the biggest graduating class in my high school history. So there was a lot of people that I never knew or never got to talk to during that time. So Bianca was all in my DM. She was messaging and replying to every photo that I put up on Instagram. I really didn't want to flirt with her back because I was in a relationship, but me and Lexi broke up within 3 days of dating because of I don't know why. So anyways, after me and Lexi broke up, I decided to take a chance with Bianca and I started flirting back with her, and I eventually asked her on a date. So going a little further down the road, me and Bianca are getting kind of serious. We dated for about 2 months. During the first month, something very fishy happened. She invited me to her house. She had her own little apartment, and I went to her apartment and me and Bianca were just chilling for a little bit, and she took a nap and said make sure I'm up by 4 o'clock, and I made sure she was awake by 4 o'clock. So when I woke her up, this actually takes place after like 2 weeks of me and her talking. I wake her up and she tells me that she is actually having to work with the cops because she got caught with marijuana in her car. So this should have been my first warning, of course. Like, as soon as I heard this, I should have ran. She's narking on somebody. She had to set her dealer up, the dealer that sold her the marijuana. She had to set him up and wear a wire. Like, this should have been my first instinct to run and not be with her, because that's just not somebody to be with, somebody that's going to rat somebody out because they got caught, right? And this was actually really hard for me to give her a chance after I found this out, but I did it. I gave her the benefit of the doubt, and I was like, everybody fucks up sometimes and she's just doing what's best for her. So the cop that arrested her told her if she set the dealer up that she would get all her charges dropped. All the marijuana charges that were against her, she would get dropped. So 2 weeks after she did the setup or whatever and she set her dealer up, the cop kept texting her phone. Every time we were together, the cop would text her phone, and I really didn't understand why he was doing this. And I would ask her, who keeps texting you like that? Her phone would just be going off and off and off, and I'd be like, who's blowing your phone up? Is it really important? Do you need to go somewhere? So she was actually honest with me and told me that it was the cop that kept blowing her phone up, and she told me that the cop just wanted her to do more bust. Said that she would get paid if she would go into grocery stores and try to buy alcohol underage. So me being so fucking gullible, I believed her when she said that the cop was just trying to get her to do more setups. So getting into the part of how I caught her, I was laying there with her one day when we were watching a movie, and she decided to show me something on her phone. I think she was showing me somebody's Snapchat story or something, and a text message popped up from an unsaved number, and it said, "Can we meet right now?" Again, me being so gullible, I believed her when she said that the cop was just trying to get her to meet up and do the gas station bust. I wasn't really too gullible about it actually, because I actually told her that I wanted her to block his number. I didn't want her to do anything else to help the cop out or anything. Like, she got her charges dropped, so block the cop's number. So right then and there, she actually did block the cop's number. She showed me she blocked it, but I thought it was kind of fishy because that's the only message she had from him, and she knew it was his number. So it was kind of fishy to me because she had deleted all the messages prior to that, and she didn't have his number saved, so she knew it was his number. About a week after that incident went down and she blocked his number, we were actually going down the road and we were at a red light, and she was like, "Oh shit, that's the cop that arrested me," and she ducked her head, and I was like, "Why are you hiding?" I was so confused. It really didn't hit me. I guess she thought, like, what I was thinking was if the cop seen her with me that he might would pull me over or something. Like, I don't know what I was thinking, and like, why didn't just flip the fuck out on instinct. So she actually told me the cop's name, and later that night we were sitting on her porch, and the same exact cop car that she pointed out to me, which is really not hard to know, like, that was the cop car because there's not too many different type of cop cars in the county that she lived in and I lived in at the time. So he rode by her house one time, and I was like, oh, I thought to myself, oh, that's that cop, and I didn't say anything about it. But then literally 30 seconds later, he rode by again, and she lives on a back road, so there was no way that, like, this was just a coincidence. This is when I finally realized, like, something was going on. That was the eye-opener to me, when he drove by twice, not once but twice, and just like drove by really slow. No, game over. So I decided to go to her best friend, hoping that her best friend would give me some intel, and she really didn't. She was no help, to be honest. Well, I was told through the grapevine that the friend she had got arrested with had actually slept with her cop to get the charges dropped. This was a rumor that was going all through the city that I live in, that she slept with the cop to get her charges dropped. So if you put two and two together, if she did that to get her charges dropped, obviously, you know, they probably did the same thing to get their charges dropped. They were arrested together by the same, like, two cops, you know, at the same time. I mean, it's not too hard to put two and two together in that kind of situation. So come 2 months later, me and Bianca broke up because of some, you know, some other issues that went down, nothing to do with me or anything, but we had actually broke up and went our separate ways. I was actually at the beach. I rented a beach house for like $2,000, and I took like 10 people with me. We all had like this party house at the beach. Bianca's best friend, which happens to be the one that got arrested with her, was actually staying at my beach house with me and all my friends. So one night after everybody had had a little bit to drink, I decided to ask Bianca's best friend if Bianca ever did anything with the cop that arrested her. And I really didn't think she would give me a straight up answer, and she really didn't. She just looked at me and she smiled and said, "What do you think?" I told her I felt like she did, and that I didn't really know for sure, but everything pointed to the signs that she actually did something with the cop. And she was like, well, maybe you should just trust your instinct. When she told me that, boy, I lost it. I was already kind of drunk, so I sent Bianca like 10-15 messages just cussing her out, just telling her how much I fucking hated her, how much like she was a cheater, and that I found out she cheated on me, and I just went crazy on Bianca that night. Much to my surprise, Bianca actually didn't reply to anything. She just blocked my number, blocked me on everything, and we've never talked again. So I guess you can say I got cheated on by my ex-girlfriend with a cop, and that sounds really, really fucking depressing when I think about it. But when I do think about it, like, if that cop ever pulls me over, I'd be like, hey, we slept with the same girl, homie. Anyways, if you did enjoy this story time and you'd like to hear more stories, let me know down in the comment section. Drop a thumbs up on this video, and if you haven't already, be sure to turn my post notifications on so you get notified whenever I do upload a video. I did give away the pink voltaics, and that is going to be after this story, and I will explain everything that happened with that situation. So drop a thumbs up on this video if you did enjoy this story time. It's been your boy Inky, and I'm out. Peace.